probably one of the best ones. Certainly most amount of grain, and financially it's been very rewarding. Top echelon of years you could imagine. Like, I've been farming for 38 years.
Yeah, it was an amazing season, one out of the box for us. Yeah, hopefully we can get another one like it in lifetime. I mean, people have been saying sort of a 1 in 20 year sort of thing.
West Australian grain farmers are celebrating a harvest expected to reach more than 24 million tonnes, the biggest by any state ever, and one that should help the national tally tick over to a record 62 million tonnes. Michael Lamond, author of the Grain Industry Association of WA's Crop Report, says it was a season where the rainfall, yield and price stars all aligned.
The only state that didn't either achieve a record or close to a record was South Australia. So when you look at the contribution across the state, across the country, pretty well all states have contributed to that record tonnage.
It was the high prices for grains that saw many growers put more country under crop. But in 2022, that strategy may require a rethink, particularly given the cost of nitrogen has almost tripled since this time last year and supply of the fertiliser is limited.
A lot of growers will be going for free nitrogen from lupins and pasture, and in the eastern states, a whole range of legumes. Already growers are saying they'll be putting in more crops that do contribute nitrogen to the following crops.
Back. Min back.
Livestock agents think there could be a shift back to running more sheep.
Back. Farmers may look to leave out some of the more marginal paddocks and consider putting sheep on those paddocks as a safer way to see return from those paddocks. They'll have to go out and source those stock, and certainly in Western Australia that's not going to be easy. Breeding stock is at something of an all-time low, and good stock has left the state. So farmers are going to have to be prepared to pay a premium for good stock.
Cattle producers are also enjoying record rewards. Here at the Weiner sales at Mount Parke, roughly 50 kilometres north of Albany, competition between buyers is intense.
We've never seen prices like this in the sale yards. In the last sort of 18 months, the prices have continually risen. This year, I guess it's been unprecedented that those weaner steers and heifers that would have come in at the 310, 320, 330 range are now demanding a higher price.
In her 12 years working at the sale yards, Erica Henderson has seen the market steadily climb. But she has a feeling the cattle bubble may be about to burst.
When you go to the supermarket and you look at the prices of beef on the shelf, beef, lamb, pork, chicken, they're all the same. The prices haven't increased all that much. So for the beef industry to continue to rise, eventually something's got to give, and what will give will be the buyers at the other end. When producers are making a good money now, it needs to stop. It needs to stabilise and stay where it is.
In early January, farmer Alida Parke from Lake Newer, about 350 kilometres south of Perth, benefited from the strong prices when she sold 90 steers for an average of $2,200.
This year was the first for me in that I sold some of my weaners at just 8 months old and carrying around 300 to 95 kilos and above, and which was just amazing.
But watching prices continue to rise is making her nervous.
It's all well and good having the prices go up and up and up, but it also means that you're never ever sure of what's going to happen next, whether one day it'll be up and the next day it'll be hit rock bottom, and we don't want that. But so I'd prefer stability. Yeah.
It certainly looks like the good times will continue to roll. But again, with an eye on rising fertiliser costs, she's cautious.
This is our fertiliser, which we brought last year. We locked in because we were given the heads up. And thank goodness we did, because it is out of our price range now, and it's for this crop, for the crop this year.
In January, supply chain issues were putting immense pressure on Mount Barker butcher Josh Liebig.
I thought that we would probably have about 1 week's worth of meat left, and then beyond that point I wasn't actually 100% sure what we're going to be faced with.
With patchy levels of stock on Coles and Woolies shelves this summer, more customers started looking for meat at independent stores and butchers. Even West Australian abattoirs couldn't keep up with the demand.
So we ordered 3 bodies and we managed to get 2 forequarters on the first go, and the second time around we managed to get a body, so less than a quarter basically of what we needed.
The butcher says the supply crunch has forced him to put his prices up 30 to 40%, even for staple lines like mince and sausages.
18 months ago we sold these for $10.99 a kilo, and currently we're selling them for $15.99 a kilo.
Scott Cameron is a strategist for the meat industry's marketing and research body, Meat and Livestock Australia. With 2022 marking the 3rd year of a herd rebuild after the most recent East Coast drought, he predicts supply issues should ease, but he doesn't think the cattle price bubble will burst, at least not this year, because demand remains strong.
Prices at the moment are sort of stable at that higher price point. But also domestically, as we see the food service sector, start to recover this year, which is high value product, we actually see, or forecast, continued buoyant prices.
Back on the grain front, Beau Vaux and his friends are happy to enjoy the spoils of their once-in-a-lifetime harvest.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers! Good on that, cheese.
Accepting it's impossible to really predict what a 3rd year of COVID will deliver.